Hear what? I'm receiving some sort of transmission. Routed through the main system. Routing.
Looking to take a Disney vacation or cruise? Contact Kristen of MagicalJourneysVacations.com. Magical Journeys is an authorized Disney vacation planner. Kristen will get you the best price available and continue to search for deals until the day you travel, taking the worry out of planning your fantastic vacation. Kristen can help plan your dining reservations and answer any questions you may have. She'll even send you maps from the parks. So contact Kristen of Magical Journeys for your next cruise or Disney vacation. Contact Kristen of Magical Journeys at MagicalJourneysVacations.com. So what are you waiting for? Book today at MagicalJourneysVacations.com.
Wow, that sounds great. I want to go. Well, you can't. Why not? Because we have to stay at our posts and keep rebel scum like him out.
Book today at MagicalJourneysVacations.com. Welcome into yet another edition of WDW After Dark, your weekly webcast where we talk about the Walt Disney Company, Disney Parks, Marvel, Star Wars, one of the very few webcasts talking about Disney video games, pop culture, celebrities, and of course the Disney headline news. My name's Aljon Go, lifelong Disney fan, Marvel fan, Star Wars fan, joined now, of course, by our group of talking heads. On the panel tonight, we're joined by our good friend. He's a friend of the mouse, friend of you and I, and friend to small creatures, dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria. We're talking about Jeff Disney Davis. Hello, sir.
How are you? Hey,
I'm good.
If it's hunting season, make sure they run. Not the dogs and cats, but the other, little animals.
If Wabbit season, duck season.
Exactly. Yes, that's what it is. Yeah. But yes. Hi, everybody. How are you? Hope you've had a fantastic week. Good to see you, or
absolutely
talk to you again.
It's good to see you, or fall off your chair, or fall off your perch.
Whichever it may be.
I feel like this is the intro for the tiki room. Tiki room over at Walt Disney World. It's interesting.
Right? Yeah.
Yes. Well, I'm glad. Jeff, I see you're sporting a little peach fuzz, just like me.
The man inside of me, and
the man
screamed. It said, "Jeff, let the hair grow," and so I've never
let it grow. Let it grow.
No.
Let that beard grow out.
Oh, golly, yeah,
no?
right. No
more. If you're playing along at home about Frozen references, feel free to have your first drink now.
Yeah, really. But I just said I had never done a beard before, and I said I'm curious as to what it looks like. And I got tired of shaving every single day, and so I threw it out there. I said, let's go ahead and let's do a beard real quick. And I even threw a picture on Facebook. I said, beard or no beard? So Facebook is telling me beard, so I'm letting it go.
I was one of the few that said no.
Yes, Kristen and Natalie said nay when it comes to the beard.
They said.
We think it makes you look a lot older. And why do you want to look older than you are?
Well, there you go.
I don't know.
And the logic there is impeccable. So
maybe YouTube can make me change my mind. on
okay.
Yay on the beard. So just leave a comment here on the page and tell me yes or no on the beard. That's all you're going to do.
Oh, there you go. Absolutely, it's good. We're also joined by someone that doesn't have peach fuzz, thank God. Also a friend of Creatures Big and Small. She's a Disney princess. Please welcome Miss Dining at Disney herself, our resident foodie and travel expert from diningatdisney.com, Miss Kristen Hetzel. Hello.
Hello, and it would be very scary if I had peach fuzz.
Yes, it would. Your name would be Bertha.
I'd be like Baby on American Horror Story.
Oh, yes, exactly. Tell him Large Marge sent you.
Oh, my God.
Awesome stuff. Kristen, it's been a very slow news week, but you do have some stories to talk about, food-related stories and more, right?
I do.
Jeff, I know that you're armed with your headlines. Eric Allen is having some technical difficulties. I believe he's battling the CPU right now, so I hope his data disk is ready, that he's ready to take on the CPU master control, if you will. So we're going to wait on him, hopefully. Well, we're not going to wait on him. We obviously haven't waited on him. He said, go ahead and do the show without us. Do the show without me. Go on, guys. I'm sacrificing myself for the greater good.
Yes,
so we're going to tune in. We're going to tune in with him as soon as he's able to. Really quick to mention, Black Friday is right around the corner, and a great way for you to support the show is to check out our website at WDWAfterdark.com. And from there, not only can you check out our web shows on YouTube, you can listen to our shows courtesy of WeBeGeeks.net on iTunes and Stitcher Radio. You can listen to the audio podcast. But, of course, you can support our sponsors. Very quick and easy. All you have to do is first click the banners. We've got the magicaljourneysvacations.com banner. Kristen can definitely help you book your Walt Disney World vacation, your dream cruise on any cruise line. Also, if you wanted to go make a bigger vacation out of it, also see Universal. Not just the parks in Orlando, but also the parks on the West Coast as well. So please avail yourself, help the show out, visit Kristen at magicaljourneysvacations.com. She'll help you save money to boot. That's always very important. More money to spend at the parks, right? Also, Black Friday pricing has been released at Amazon.com. Get a few selected Black Friday deals if you shop through our link on Amazon. So go ahead and click the banner. You can shop, connect, enjoy. A lot of free shipping going on right now, especially if you're a Prime member. There's a lot of reasons to be one. But I tell you what, if you're not an Amazon Prime member, go ahead and sign up today by clicking our Amazon link, and every little bit will help support the show. Did I also mention the fact that we are also affiliates with rickscomiccity.com? And right now you can save 10% off your order by clicking on our banner and using my name, Jedi Mouse, at checkout. Go ahead and do that. And it'll save you some money, and you'll be able to help out a great comic book shop. Also, Entertainment Earth, Style and Online. You can also get Groupon, deals with Tervis, Ghirardelli, and who doesn't want to get some chocolate stuff from Ghirardelli for the holidays, and Jelly Belly to boot. So go ahead and make it happen. Buy your movie tickets through Fandango. Once again, a little bit helps. All of that you can find at WDWAfterdark.com. And now, without any further ado, it's time for Disney Headline News. Mr. Jeff Davis is going to lead things off. You have a little bit on your plate. What do we have this week?
Thank you very much, Mr. Al John Go. A couple of things to talk about at the Walt Disney World Resort this week. Of course, as the holidays get closer and closer, things kind of slow down, I guess, when it comes to news and headlines. But a few things that we do need to discuss, just in case you're deciding to go to the Walt Disney World Resort during the holiday season. And we'll start with 3 new experiences that you can enjoy during holidays around the world over at Epcot, right there in the World Showcase. Now, visitors can enjoy 3 new performances this year, according to the Disney Parks blog. That's going to be China, Mexico, and Morocco will be hosting new shows. And here's a quick rundown of what's going to be going on. In China, this year there's going to be a Chinese lion dance that will take place in the World Showcase Pavilion. The dance symbolizes good luck, we all need that, and happiness in honor of major Chinese holidays, including the Lantern Festival and also the Lunar New Year. Then you head over to Mexico. Fiesta de Navidad showcases the mariachis and the dancers who celebrate traditional holiday customs in a musical and interactive performance. When they say interactive, who knows what they might be doing, so be careful when you go over there. You know,
and
Mexicans
we're back
love
on WDW After Dark. We're in the middle of Disney headline news. Joining us right now is Mr. Eric Allen. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, buddy. How about you?
Outstanding. Glad to be here. Glad that you made it here for yet another week of Disney discussion. Jeff Davis in the middle of headline news, but Eric, I'm just glad that you're here. I'm so happy.
Well, I'm not going to let something as trivial as a malfunctioning computer stand between me and After Dark.
See, I knew if it's the CPU versus Eric, the Thunder Beaver Allen, I know who's going to win. I know who's coming out on top.
If I have to take a metal wire coat hanger and fashion some sort of bracket to hang on my computer monitor to where I can put my phone in the spot where the webcam would normally go, then by God, I'm glad I watched MacGyver as a kid.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Well, I'm glad you did too.
I want to show up at your house to watch this happen if you ever do something like that. Just
dude, that's what I've done.
I mean, my gosh,
that's outstanding. That's outstanding. Well, continue on along the track of news, Disney headline news. Jeff Davis, you were going to talk about your next story here.
Yeah, we're heading to more of a medical side of things happening at Walt Disney World, and Disney signed an agreement with Milan Incorporated, manufacturers of the EpiPen and EpiPen Junior, to provide treatment stations for people with severe allergic reactions, according to the Milan press release. As part of the agreement, domestic theme parks and cruise ships will update maps and signage to highlight locations with emergency medical services and qualified nurses trained to administer the EpiPen and EpiPen Junior. Visitors can expect to see these changes start by the end of 2014, according to the press release. EpiPen medication can help save a life of a person suffering from different types of severe allergic reactions that can cause a rash, throat swelling, face swelling, respiratory problems, and a few other things like cardiovascular problems, and possibly some of these might even lead to death. So it's a good thing that they're going to have these. Dr. Pamela Heimel, who is the Chief Medical Officer for Walt Disney Parks and Resorts, said, "For our guests who live with severe allergies every day, identifying EpiPen locations is an additional tool they'll have for their management plan. That's their health management plan when visiting the Walt Disney World Resort and also Disneyland." She also said this new strategic alliance will help raise the awareness of EpiPen locations so that our guests with severe allergic reactions may have the best possible opportunity to get a hold of that and the best possible experience being healthy while visiting the parks and resorts and also on cruise ships as well. So, I mean, this just goes along with some of your planning when you're visiting a Walt Disney World Resort, Disneyland, or a Disney cruise ship. You know, it's not just the attractions for some people. It's not just the dining. It's not just the merchandise. Some of your family members may have some type of allergic reactions, and they may not know what might be in the food that they're eating or something else. A lot of different things can happen. So knowing these locations is vital to your vacation. Easiest thing for you to do, pick up just simply a guide map when you walk into the park, or find out from the cruise director or any of the cast members, and find out where these locations are at in case something were to happen. God knows we don't want anything to happen like that, but this is just for your benefit, and I think it's a fantastic idea for Disney to get set up with the EpiPen and EpiPen Junior. So,
especially
that if you use an EpiPen, still carry it. Don't assume that you're going to be near a station if something happens. You need to always carry one. So they're
Time
not
is of the essence.
But it's not like they weigh nothing. I mean, they have they definitely weigh a little bit of something. But
yeah,
I tell you, I especially love the fact that they're putting this on the cruise ships. Yeah. I mean, yes, you in the parks, yes, that's a great idea. But think about it. You're on a cruise ship. You're out in the middle of the freaking ocean, and there is nothing but seawater fish, and the assorted marine mammal for 300 miles.
That's true. Yeah, that's a very good point.
Yeah.
And the thing is, even though they do have medical services on board cruise ships and specifically, Disney Cruise Line, but it's not always that they have the type of things that you might need for just a severe allergic reaction to something that you may experience while in port somewhere.
Yeah.
You may not want to rely on medical services on one of these islands. It may not be the best idea, So having the stuff on board the Disney Cruise Line is just another benefit when it all comes down to. So.
Yeah.
People just should still, if they use products like that, always carry them with you, because
never check them.
It's not a substitute. It's just an extra measure Disney's taking.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just make sure everybody already has a fantastic vacation and they don't have to use one of these while they're out and about. All right. So we're also going to talk about no-fly zones. Why would I talk about no-fly zones? I'm going to tell you why. An Orlando Sentinel report talked about the possibility of the government removing Walt Disney World and Disneyland as a no-fly zone restricted area. Usually, a no-fly zone area deals with locations of national security or, other places where you just can't fly over, but they really don't cover theme parks. But, however, these restrictions have been in place since 2003 and mean that anyone violating Walt Disney World airspace, there's actually Walt Disney World airspace, I never would have thought that, can result in interception, interrogation, and also federal prosecution. Did not know that. Some opponents of Walt Disney World's air security status claim says it has more to do with the limiting of banner advertisement on the back of airplanes and that there is no inherent risk of an air attack, but Disney officials argue that the zones protect the public.
Well, yes. You would think that they would, because, if you have a park that's at capacity, how many people can fit in Magic Kingdom on a day like Christmas Day? Are we talking 25,000? Maybe more than that?
I think it's way more than that.
Okay. So you have tens of thousands of people in one small area. If you are a terrorist that's taken over a 747, that's a very tempting target in Central Florida. If you're trying just to kill as many people as possible, that's a good spot to hit if you were of a mind to do that.
For the record, by the way, the Magic Kingdom has the total capacity of 100,000 guests, and they typically start shutting things off when it reaches 75,000.
That's amazing.
That's what I was looking for, because I was thinking it was 75,000, and that's why, because of closures at that point. That's yeah.
So, you're talking 75,000 people in one spot.
Yeah.
In one little small spot, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think that's more than some cities.
Well, look at what happens. Look at what happened to the park during 9/11, for example. Case in point.
That's true. Yeah.
The first thing that the first thing that will be shut down is any public gathering, whether it's a football game, hockey game, baseball game, anything in a stadium, and of course theme parks are a huge part of that security risk. And once again, better to be safe than sorry, and let's make it a no-fly zone, please.
Yeah.
How much of a problem is it to just say, that's not a very large tract of airspace when you think about it. It should be very easy to avoid.
Right.
So now, if you're talking about F-16 fighters going along some Cessna with a banner on its tail, that's a bit much, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you got to figure why it was put there in the first place.
Well, I can definitely understand Disney not wanting a bunch of Cessna planes flying over the parks and resorts with different banners that may be offensive in some way, or trying to take away the profit that Disney gets from their parks, resorts, merchandise, dining, whatever you want to think of here. That's understandable. But when it comes to the safety of others, I really don't think it'd be a good idea for Washington to lift that restriction off of Walt Disney World or Disneyland, for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
So they really need to rethink this before they decide to do something like that, if it's going to happen.
Hundreds of thousands of people are at Disney World at one time then.
Yeah. It's not just one park. They have multiple targets if they wanted to. In that situation.
Yeah.
So not a good idea, Washington.
But at the same time, when you started reading this story, I couldn't help but think of like a Disney version of Top Gun. It's kind of like, that's a negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern is full.
Yeah,
that's good.
Well, that's very good, actually.
It'd be funny because instead of Goose, you would have Donald.
Yeah,
you would. Oh my gosh. Too much, man.
That's about as far as I could get with it.
That's pretty good.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Is your last name Anselmo, by the way? That's pretty good.
So we'll watch this and see what happens. I don't think it's going to make major headline news as far as like CNN or Fox News or anything. But if they decide to do something like that, we will definitely let you know about it. I'm going to close with one more, and it was from the Orlando Business Journal, and they published a story about Disney's purchase of 3,000 acres of wetlands. According to the story, Disney claims the company has plans to conserve it, but the purchase would also mean more development. But Disney has not confirmed any such development at this point, but it is worth following to see if Disney maybe announces something, or maybe they just let it sit on the back burner. Or maybe it is the theme park we've all been waiting for, Star Wars Land, or whatever you want to call it. Who knows?
If it's wetlands, can they just theme it to Dagobah and save them some money?
They could.
They could, yeah. They obviously could do that. But, Disney's buying property all the time, from what I hear. Little bits and pieces here and there every few years. And so this just may be another residential area that nobody can live in, or nobody can afford to live in.
Disney's going to take over the world.
I'm telling you, they're taking away Kissimmee.
Bits and pieces. Oh, wait. Florida is no longer the state of Florida. This is now
the United States of
Disney.
Yeah. They're going to succeed from the Union and just become their own country, for crying.
I was gonna say, it'll be Golden Oaks 2, the next generation.
I know, right? Jeez. Unbelievable.
It'll be the Reedy Creek Nation is what it will be.
I tell you, Kristen and I drove through that with a friend just a few weeks ago, and wow, are those homes really cool. And
they're really expensive, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You get a lot for the money, though, I will tell you that.
Brentwood.
Yeah, it's still cool.
What's the going price on those homes? Does anybody know?
1.3. Starting
at 1.3. Good.
Mm-hmm.
All I have to do, Kristen, is hit that lottery.
Just one time. Just one time.
We don't need much, but we'll have the best vacation home ever.
That's right.
I tell you what, you guys will all have rooms there, no problem.
There you go.
I got to tell you, even though it is a vacation home, it could pay for itself just by renting it out to vacationers alone.
Oh, heck yeah.
I don't know. Well, yeah, that's true.
I bet you can't do that.
You probably can't, yeah. You probably can't.
I would think.
But I mean, if you own the house, if you buy it outright, why can't you do what you want with your own home?
Because you have to abide by the laws of the homeowners association, and that is a legal binding contract.
So you have to abide by Disney's laws, in other words.
By the association laws, whatever is set in. We have a homeowners association here where Aljon and I live. And you have to abide by those laws. If you don't, they can take you to court over that. So, and it's a very common thing, at least in Tennessee. And I know that neighborhood does have an association, but I can only imagine what the fees for that are.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure it's a pretty penny.
According to Tony, you can get food from the hotel at any point delivered to your house. It's included in cost.
Oh my
Same
God.
as if you want a chef to come make dinner at your house, included in cost. So that you can only imagine what those fees are monthly.
Jeez. I'll never know, so I hope they enjoy it, you know.
Roll the dice on that lottery, Jeff.
Yeah, I know,
Roll
right?
The dice,
If I did do that, I would, you know. But that's all the headlines that I have for this week, Eljon.
Very good. Let's move on to Kristen. She's got some news for us.
I'm going to start out on the West Coast over at Disneyland. And in downtown Disneyland, you have Ralph Brennan's Jazz Kitchen. They have a special going on for Thanksgiving, so you can gobble till you wobble. So the special menu includes, for a starter, you have seafood.
Stop.
What?
Did you say gobble till you wobble?
That is what I said.
Eric, I mean, help me out here.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I want to go in there with a turkey call. When I go, just like,
So
yeah. Welcome. Can I help you?
I wasn't gonna do that. Oh, I thought about it. I wasn't gonna do it. But
That's awesome.
it's just it's like they're promoting, you know.
These are from laughing at this.
Of come and eat your weight of turkey and walk out miserable and 15 pounds heavier. It's
Yeah.
That's so
You'll be wobbling out.
So you've got the terms chop till you chop, and now you have gobble till you wobble. That's
Yes.
awesome.
I am hashtagging that from now until next Thursday. Every post I make is going to have gobble till you wobble.
Oh, that's great.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Kristen.
Wow.
Soup and salad choices include a sweet potato andouille bisque, red beet and fried goat cheese salad. For your entrees, you can choose turducken, slow roasted Cajun turkey. Now, see that? I think sounds really good. Or pecan crusted mahi mahi. And for dessert, they will be offering praline pumpkin pie. These menu options will be available the 27th through the 30th based on availability. The regular dinner menu and kids menus will also be available. So if you want to eat there for Thanksgiving, they're open 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Make sure you make your reservations as soon as possible.
I really want to eat now. I'm so hungry. I want to gobble till I wobble.
You gobble till you wobble plenty. Plenty of times we go to Disney. That's what you do.
I cannot wait.
This news story brought to you by the cardinal sin of gluttony.
Well, by the way, these meals. By the way, Jeff, these meals are not gluten free.
Oh my gosh! You know what? I cannot see gluten free without thinking of just saying gluten free.
I can't either. Jeff's head pops up.
Was it with Tony when I was reading the menu? Look, they have gluten free.
Yeah, we were at the hotel. That's where we're at.
Oh,
we're at that new bar.
And I said that, he goes, "You mean gluten?" I said, Tom, I was like, Jeff, like years ago, was reading a news story and he said gluten free instead of gluten free.
And now it stuck with us.
I will never get that out of my mind.
I know. Every time I have Jeff's face pop up, like, bing, there's Jeff's face. It's a damnedest thing, man.
Y'all can kiss my ass, okay?
No, I think it's great because, every time that,
But see how often that makes me think of you, Jeff.
Oh,
yeah,
gee,
just
thanks.
pops in your head, you're like, you know, it's a fun association, Jeff. It's not damning by any means. It's just fun.
I mean, it's kind of like, every holiday, I have to deal with DJ Swarsy wanting to play a certain song on Sorcerer Radio.
That's right.
Holiday season. It'll never go away. Yeah,
Yes, you know that one.
You know that one.
I'm going to have to get a copy of that to play over the microphone or play through the board here for our show so that everyone can feel the love.
You don't have to if you don't want to. It's okay.
Oh, wait. Eric
I
has
think
a
it's
copy.
a must-do.
Yes, I think so. I think we're going to have to play Jeff the Halls for sure.
No, you don't.
Yes. In fact, we could probably remix it.
About that too.
Let's see.
iPhone, I can make a movie trailer of it real quick.
Oh my God, that'd be. Okay, well, I have one last story.
Left. He's gone now. He's gone. Go ahead.
My last story has to do with the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival. Dates have been announced. It will be March 4th through May 17th. It is their 22nd year, which is crazy to me.
Wow.
The outdoor kitchens, which of course is my favorite part of Flower and Garden. For the third year, it will be going on, and they will have new, of course, items. So there's going to be a fresh take on sweet and savory nachos. They'll have garden-based and spring-inspired tapa-sized food and beverages. They will be bringing back that garden passport so you can go around and at the different places get it stamped for food, and then they also have other things as well, like the living garden that they've done in the past, the little ecosystem. They have a stamp for that. This year, speaking of the ecosystem, it's going to be Southwest Desert Garden. They're going to have 10 new mini gardens. There's going to be a health garden, pepper garden, dinosaur plant garden, and a Shakespeare garden. I don't know what you grow in a dinosaur garden. I would have thought all those plants would be extinct, but
Bronto burgers.
I was going to say Bronto burgers. Yeah, Brontosaurus burgers. Nice.
Tinkerbell's Butterfly House will also be returning again, and as well as the weekend concert series that takes place on Friday, Saturday, and Sundays. Performers include Gin Blossoms, Pablo Cruz, Village People, and more. Gardening seminars will also be returning to the Festival Center. The illuminated topiaries and play gardens will be back as well. One of the featured topiaries will be, is everybody prepared for this? Frozen!
Oh, jeez. Oh.
I in no way saw that coming.
Imagine that.
The topiary will appear in the scene from the Oscar-winning film's finale. This other brand new Disney character topiaries will be Chip and Dale, taking a star turn in two whimsical front entrants, Goofy About Spring. Topiary, Goofy, and Friends will be in on the fun.
God.
I said this morning. I'm sorry, but Anna and Elsa in Frozen being in something spring makes no sense.
Oh, jeez.
They represent everything, man. It's a popular movie and soon-to-be franchise, so...
Elsa's going to kill all of the plants.
Well,
those are my stories.
Thank you, Kristen.
When is enough? Seriously. I mean...
Never.
Well, I understand all of us who follow Disney...
Ugh.
Totally understand. We're getting frozen overboard. However, these people that are coming to the parks for the first time, and their kids are wanting that experience of seeing the characters and everything. I'm sure it's all new to them, but everyone else, we're just so burned out on it.
Yeah.
It's just
literally iced over my brain.
Right.
It's almost getting on Jeff's nerves as much as this.
As much as
no.
I don't know if you can hear it.
Crank it up.
It is cranked up.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Get ready for Jeff.
Jeff Davis. His name is Jeff Davis.
Oh my God.
Today we name him Disney. Jeff Disney.
Okay, I'll be nice.
Wow.
We won't subject you to the whole
When's the
part of
last
it.
time anybody even called him Jeff Disney?
I still call him that. I just called him that at the top of the show.
It all started during the Character Breakfast podcast. Probably.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
I don't know, what? Maybe almost 8 years ago, I guess? 8 or 9 years ago?
It's been about that. Yeah, it has been.
Yeah. And it's still just...
It won't die.
It stings as much now as it did back then when I heard it for the first time. It does.
Oh, because you were the only one that actually went by their name.
Yeah, just because I did not have a character name.
You didn't have a character handle. Now look at you.
Weren't you the only person on the boards that didn't have some kind of handle that was not their name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go look at the member list and you'd see Princess Rapunzel or Mickey's best friend or just something like Disney name, Disney and Jeff.
I remember my nickname for the boards back in the day. Wow, boards. Oh.
Yeah, there was some guy on there. He says the Beast loves Belle, and his wife was on there as well. It's like Belle loves the Beast. So it's kind of like you just look at that and go, how nauseatingly cute is that?
You know what's even more nauseating is the fact that people still do message boards, which is just, it blows me away. I mean, we've come so far in website technology and other things, yet people still continue to live and breathe by message boards.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate message boards.
I can't stand them. I just, they're like, come get on the message board. No.
Social media has turned the message board into an endangered species, and I'm good with that.
Yeah.
But the message boards, I mean, there are good message boards out there. They can be well run, they can have a lot of content, they can have a lot of users, but the thing about it is it's still a destination. You have to actually go there, and this is where social media has done it. You have a group, like the Sorcerer Radio Disney Fun Zone on Facebook. That is something that's like, okay, I'm going to go join this group. All right, great. I'm a part of it now. Anything that's in there, it's part of your Facebook feed. So it's like you don't have to go out of your way to stay caught up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The other thing is with message boards, there's just nastiness that comes along with any message boards. And if you're a moderator, it is miserable to have to be the person to moderate and keep people in line. Is it not, Eric?
Yes, I totally agree with you.
Yeah, there's just
Totally agree. It's kind of like I was a babysitter as a teenager. I don't really like it now. I mean, now 98% of the people that frequent message boards, they're wonderful people, absolute sweethearts. I enjoy interacting with them every time that they're there. But it's that other 2% that really just make me want to consider being a Luddite.
Right.
But at the same time,
you want to follow the rules, and you have to be nice. There's no reason at any point to be nasty to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And at the same time, some of these people who are still using message boards or still go to websites and frequently read stuff and everything else, they will argue to you. They'll say, well, what is Twitter? What is Facebook? Those are essentially message boards. It's just a different version, or it's the same thing. And I go, no, it is not. It is not the same thing. Don't know where you're coming up with that one. Not even close to the same thing. So.
No.
Yeah, but anyway.
So weird. Well, how about them apples? Or we no. Terms of stories. I totally lost track of everything.
I finished my stories.
Oh, okay, very good.
All right, wonderful.
I've got a couple now
I just
that
have those two big stories that are not food related, or they're Disney related, but not food related.
Oh, okay.
We're getting a double dose of Eric again.
Yes, we are.
I'm in stereo, baby.
I love it. I love it. I know.
Oh my
My
gosh.
computer is up running again, so yes, I am going back to, yay, it's me. I'm on the big screen now. Yay. I'm happy.
You see?
I'm as happy as a tornado in a trailer park. Dadgum.
Come. All right. Well, I've got a couple headlines while Eric's getting booted up, and I'm sure he's going to have some great news on some Black Friday deals and video games and all that stuff. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on in the world of Marvel. I don't know if you saw this or not, ladies and gentlemen, but Chris Hemsworth, yes, the mighty Thor himself, was named People Magazine's sexiest man alive. Whoa.
Now, straight man
Hello.
to straight man, he's sexy.
Whoa.
You heard it here first.
I'm a fan of Chris Hemsworth, so I won't.
I'm sure you are.
Complain about that.
Yes, I'm sure you are. Of course, every year, People Magazine names a sexy.
He's definitely fits that category better than Adam Levine did.
Yeah. Adam Levine is a twig branch. He's just a branch.
Did we happen to mention? Did they happen to mention who the sexiest woman alive was?
I believe they're going to work toward that.
Oh.
But let me go ahead and read a little bit of this article here. Of course, if you don't know, if you've been living under a rock since birth, you may not know that People Magazine names the sexiest man alive every year. And, of course, they bestowed that honor on Chris Hemsworth, the mighty Thor from Marvel Cinematic Universe. You can pick it up right now. It is in stores, so you can pick it up as of today. But why have only one Chris when you can have two? The magazine also features Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy star Chris Pratt on the cover alongside Hemsworth. Of course, also on there is Thor the Dark World's Idris Elba, who plays Heimdall as well. So it's like, hello, everybody loves Marvel, I guess, which is awesome for Marvel. So congratulations.
Sexy.
Yeah, what is sexy? Nerd life. Nerd life. Word.
No,
Congratulations.
Marvel is sexy. Marvel is sexy.
That's right. All right. Good. Yes, it is, actually. So congratulations to all three. And, of course, you can catch his return as the God of Thunder in Avengers Age of Ultron coming out May 1st of 2015. You can get even more Chris Pratt on Guardians of the Galaxy available right now on digital HD or 3D Blu-ray. That's going to be available in stores December 9th. Of course, you can pick that up using our very own Amazon link at WDWAfterdark.com. Cha-ching. So that is one story. How about this? Everyone here on the show panel of Talking Heads loves Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Melinda May, the agent herself, she celebrated, not the agent herself, of course, Ming-Na Wen, who portrays Melinda May, celebrated a birthday just the other day. So happy birthday to Ming-Na. So Yeah, she's looking pretty good for what, 51, right? Kristen,
yes, 51.
Wow.
I followed her on Instagram.
Yeah, same here.
Just the other day, and did you see what her husband bought her for her birthday?
iPhone, right?
Oh no, it has an iPhone holder. It's a brand new Corvette Z71.
Are you serious? I didn't see that.
No, this is seriously brand new.
Ooh.
Candy apple red. This is like Lola the Next Generation.
Oh man.
Wow. Well, you can check her. I'm sure you can check that out on her Facebook page. And by the way, this is something I may actually do myself. Is according to her Facebook. Oh gosh, no, but that would be nice. I have seen the new Corvette. But unless you need to check her out on Facebook and her Instagram, because what you don't know is the fact that she does write all of her fans. According to her, she says, "I do answer fan mail, smiley face. If you send me a beaded bracelet, I'll send you a gift in return." All right, and you can send her fan mail to Ming Na Wen, care of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Attention, Arun Singh, which is great because I know Arun Singh. And that's 500 South Buena Vista Street, MC 3301, Burbank, California 91521. Make sure to include a self-addressed stamped envelope.
You know, she needs a WDW After Dark bead bracelet.
She does, and I'm working on that. I'm working on that. I think that would be great because, yes.
Sorry to interrupt, but speaking of sexiest men alive, wasn't Bradley Cooper the voice of
Rocket Raccoon?
Yes.
Yes.
You know, if you look at the list of the men over the past so many years who have been named, many of them have played a superhero of some sort.
Of course.
Bradley Cooper is on the list. Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds, yeah.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman.
Right.
George
Jeff, go ahead, Jeff. Talk to us here.
Oh, yeah, you want to take a look at this this Corvette right here. Look at that. Is that not just golly Moses?
What a great car.
Yes.
That God. I normally only get this excited when I see Carrie in a picture, but good Lord.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you've just tuned in to WDW After Dark, Jeff is not referencing Sissy Spacek. He is actually referencing Carrie Underwood. Okay, I just wanted to make sure everyone knew that. It's not Chloe Moretz or anyone else.
That's a good-looking car.
It is.
Yes.
Okay, well, I will say this: a good-looking car for a good-looking woman. There you go. At 51 years of age, she is kicking ass and taking names on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So awesome.
She don't look it.
Oh, that's an interesting.
She does not look it.
Especially when she does things like this while getting makeup on the set. Good Lord.
Can you show that? I know that picture, so let's.
Hey, it's live and uncensored. It's censored.
Okay, well there you go. Go ahead, Jeff. Show the picture.
On Instagram. I mean, oh my God.
I'll take Freudian slips for 100, Alex. You know.
Hair and makeup is so much fun, apparently, and cold.
Just a little nipply out there. Just a little. It is a PG-13 show after all, so a little nipply. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Well, there you go. So speaking of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., now that we've wished Ming Na Wen all the best, the birthday best, this Tuesday, I believe, actually no, it's not, December 2nd rather, in just a few days, Coulson and company are going to find out, and you, as a viewer, are going to find out the identity of the blue man in the tube. Yes, I'm talking about the alien race in Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And according to executive producers of the show, we're going to find out exactly what kind of blood is coursing through Skye and Coulson's veins. Once again, Tuesday, December 2nd, and you can check that out right there on ABC at 9 p.m. Eastern. And I can't wait because everyone's wondering, is that a frost giant? Is it a Kree? Is it some other kind of alien? Kristen, you've had your your mind set on what type of alien that is, right? For a while.
I don't think it's Kree because it doesn't look like that to me.
Okay. Now, Kristen has looked it up on the internet.
Like a frost giant.
Jeff, what say you?
I honestly just don't know. There haven't been that many long looks at the thing in the tube, so I'm not going to really speculate. I'm just going to hold out and wait and see what they tell us. You know.
I think it's going to be something we haven't seen in any of the things.
Could be. It very well could be.
I looked at what I did when I saw that the first time on TV. I paused the episode, looked online, Googled every blue creature, person, alien species, whatever you want to call it, that Marvel has, and try to pinpoint what it looked most like.
I love.
We can rule out Papa Smurf, so that's a good thing.
It's not a Smurf.
Yeah, definitely not a Smurf. A little too tall for a Smurf.
It's not from Avatar.
Ugh.
Well, it would have a hold for Disney's Animal Kingdom sticker on the side of the tube. If
that's what it have. That's what it have.
Yeah.
Ship to Imagineering.
Yeah.
Ship to Joe Rohde.
We also have a package of hippie earrings for Mr. Rohde as well.
There you go.
That's all right. I think Joe Rohde is kind of like the Captain Lou Albano of the Imagineering world.
Oh my God! Yes, he is.
He really is. My goodness.
I mean, how many things can you dangle off an earring? I know earlobe. It's
Dude,
mind
that's a
blowing,
challenge
actually.
for him. So anyway,
I tell you what, he should be an exhibit for the Destination D event going on right now at Walt Disney World. It's like let's just wheel Joe Rohde out and have everyone take a look at his earlobes. I mean, what kind of new stuff we got there?
Joe's Lobes at Destination
Joe's
D.
Lobes. That's right. That's an attraction in and of itself. Check it out.
On the actual subject of what's in the tube, I will say this, that Mike and I discussed this very subject on Mighty Marvel Geeks, which will be airing tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Eastern on srsounds.com.
Which, by the way, do you have good news for us, Eric, regarding the Mighty Marvel Geeks show?
I do have some good news regarding the Mighty Marvel Geeks show.
Why don't you break the news right now?
I can break that news right here, right now, if you just shut up and let me do it. No, I'm kidding.
I've been holding this in for weeks now. Go ahead.
Starting with this weekend's episode, I am taking over the co-host spot along with Mike, and we will be a permanent team, kind of like, Batman and Robin, or wait a minute, no, Captain America and Bucky, or Peaches and Herb, or something.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Peaches and Herb?
But if anybody else calls Mike Peaches, there'll be trouble.
Of all the different things you could have said, I mean, you could have said, Captain and Tennille.
It just popped in there, okay?
It's an interesting take on it, Eric. Yeah.
Okay, well, congratulations, Eric, for being the new co-host of Marvel Geeks. We appreciate that. No, that's awesome. So congratulations on that, and
everybody
we'll
else
definitely
passed
listen.
him down. I was at the bottom of the list, and I may not be perfect, but I'm the one who said yes.
No, I think that's outstanding. We couldn't have chosen a better geek for that program. So hopefully you'll get caught up on so many geeks, man. There's so much to read. Well, definitely, I look forward to listening to the inside of the Mighty Marvel Geeks podcast, as well as the Sorcerer Radio program of the same name. So please give that a look, as we are all part of the Weeby Geeks Network in terms of podcasting. So thank you very much for that. Let's see, Eric, you had some more news for us?
I do, actually, because we are live on Friday night before Thanksgiving, which, of course, means that 1 week from today is the day known as Black Friday, where people trample each other just to get things the day after they give thanks for all that they already have. So we have
the day that you gobble till you wobble.
Oh, jeez.
One of these days, I'm going to go borrow my dad's turkey call. So, I'm next one, I'm going to have it. Anyway, if you are looking for something for that Disney fan on the list, especially the younger ones or the gamer ones, you will probably be interested in knowing that really your best Infinity deal on Disney Infinity is going to be at Walmart Black Friday, because the Disney Infinity 2.0 Marvel Starter Set is only $37.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That is down from like $75.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a huge deal.
Oh yeah.
And you got to have characters once you
Oh.
have the starter set, because you have the Marvel starter set. It's Thor, Cap, and Black. No, not Thor, but yeah, it is Thor, but
Iron Man.
crap, Iron Man and Black Widow. Yes.
Yes.
God, it's sitting right behind me, and I can't keep my character straight. But anyway, during the Black Friday sale at Walmart, Disney Infinity characters, $9 each.
Huge.
$9 each.
$9.
$9. Now there, of course, there's more Frozen stuff that you can shake in icicles at, but yeah, like the singing Frozen Snow Glow Elsa with Olaf. She sings "Let It Go," and she's only $28. Now you can also grab the Disney Princess Ultimate Dream Castle for $75.
Hey now.
There you go.
Hey now.
Speaking of Frozen items, at Target, you get a free sing-along DVD when you spend $50 or more on Frozen items.
Jeez.
Oh Jesus.
Give me a break.
Wait. Does that include going down the Frozen aisle over there at the Target grocery store?
It should.
Oh, I see.
I was gonna say.
I see what you
Say when they say Frozen items. They say Frozen items. You can pick up a gallon of ice cream. You can pick up, pick up some frozen peas.
Yeah.
In order to gobble before you wobble, you got to hit the
right.
frozen
You gotta.
sec.
Yeah, that's right. Just tell
I got
a
a
large
stack
Mark
of frozen
section.
pizzas here. Where's my freaking dig-along DVD?
I'm gonna sing "Let
a
It Go"
couple
on
of,
my pants. Is what I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna make that my ringtone for the holidays. I swear. I'm just gonna put it on there and just get it over.
A
Nice.
couple of Target exclusives though that would fall under our purview. The Marvel Titan Hero Series 12-inch superhero collection. It's a combo pack that has Thor, Wolverine, Hulk, Spider-Man, Captain America, and Iron Man. That's exclusive to Target, and it's $45. These figures look really good. These are the 12-inch tall ones.
Nice.
You also got the Princess Ultimate Collection 7-pack. So if you're trying to get your daughter, as many, you're trying to maximize the princess bang for your buck. It's a 7-pack with Anna, Elsa, Rapunzel, Ariel, Belle, Merida, and Cinderella, and that's $64.99, which is $15 off the regular. There's also the other exclusive Star Wars: The Black Series Imperial Shadow Squadron pack for $50. Now these are 2 figures, a speeder bike, and their weapons, and they're all black because this is the Shadow Squadron. Meanwhile, at Best Buy, you've got both Infinity starter packs going for $39.99. Not quite as good as Walmart, but still, if Best Buy's closer, it could be worth it. Infinity characters, 3 for $33, which is not a bad deal, but again, not quite as good as Walmart. Walmart's really where you want to go if you're looking for that. Toys R Us. Now, you have the 4-hour deals that start Thanksgiving evening from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. The Disney and the Infinity starter packs go for $39.99 and $54.99 respectively. But the big deal here are the Disney 2.0 characters. Buy one, get one 70% off. So, 70% off, like $14.99. That's a good deal there.
Good. Yeah.
Now, during Black Friday itself, you've got the Infinity buy one get one 40% off. Now that covers all games, all figures, all play sets, and all accessories. So you get 2 play sets. Get one 40% off. Of course, you got tons of Frozen stuff over at Toys R Us as well. All Disney Treasury books. You want to, and I say, give your kids books, let them read. Their imagination will take them just as far as a video game, if not more so. They normally run $15.99, $16.99. They're all on sale Black Friday for $5.99 a piece. And that's really about the big ones of note there. So, if you are if you're doing some Disney shopping on Black Friday, then if you're ever going to get into Infinity, this is a good time to do.
Wow. I tell you what, those are some excellent deals, Eric. Thanks for shedding some light on that. I know for sure that I've got some stuff on my wish list. And I told myself, I don't know if I'm going to do this Infinity thing, but at those prices, it's kind of hard to beat. And with that new ad that's got Donald Duck walking, to the sound of Aerosmith, I'm totally into that. I'm totally at least into, and you can see my love for Donald here on this shirt, which is awesome.
Oh, there you go.
Thanks to Tony Casanova, by the way. I have to admit that I just want to get the Donald Duck figure, if anything. I just want that figure. Just for the figure alone, is awesome. So thank you for that, Eric, and shedding light on that. I have a couple other really quick news stories here. By the way, I will have a link to the Disney store because Kristen just happens to be an affiliate at Dining at Disney of the Disney store. And to kind of piggyback what Eric was talking about, right now you can save up to 40% off as they celebrate Magical Friday starting right now. So if you go to diningatdisney.com and click on her link for the Disney store, you can start saving on some awesome deals. And they've got plushes for $5. And let me say that these are not your typical, cheesy plushes. This is stuff you can see at the Disney parks, like Figaro mini beanbag for the 7 inches. You can get Figaro for $5. You can get a Fifi and an Eve, a Winnie the Pooh, a Nala. I mean, the stuff you can get here. This is right up your alley, Jeff. You can get a Jessie if you want.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, it's $5 for the Disney room in your house. You can get it. You can get some stuff from Doc McStuffins. I like the Pumbaa plush myself. Of course, Mr. Donald Duck, by the way, which is great. There is a Timon plush. There's so many great things you can get for the kids and the little ones, or the adults that just love to collect those type of things. They're 7-inch plushes for $5. Their $10 deals are just as good, especially for the young boys in your life, as a Toy Story figure set, Planes figure, Star Wars figure sets, all of that stuff, including the Incredibles, and even stuff for the ladies as well. With So First, are all $10, and typically they're about $12.95 to $20 per set. So that is not bad at all. And as you move forward into some of the other great deals that they have, they've got board games, more play sets, and more toys and collectibles there. And, of course, they've got Disney Park deals for Disney Park merch as well. And, wow, it's just I can't believe what they're selling here. They've got the Mickey's Dinner Souvenir Dessert Plate, which Kristen would love, which is $7.46. They've got pot holders, Mickey Diner pot holders for $10. They've got the Disney Parks authentic Mickey's Diner soda glass. This whole Mickey's Diner stuff is just really neat. You should check it out.
Okay.
Sure. I really
let me just interrupt because I do have a question.
Okay.
Part of that kitchen collection, do they have stove burner covers?
Stove burner covers. I don't see it. They have a dinner dish towel set. Okay.
No, that's a long story. A long story. But no, that's becoming like an obsession.
For you?
Well, it was with me and my wife at the time. They had them when we were living in our first house, but they only had the round ones for electric stoves, and we had like the square gas burners.
I see.
Well, when we moved into another house, well, we rejoiced because it had an electric stove. So on our very next Disney trip, we go and we start looking for these burner covers. They had just discontinued them.
Oh, I see.
Nobody had them. Could not find them on eBay. Could not find them on Amazon. Could not find them by calling the Disney merchandise hotline. They could not be found for love nor money, and that's burner cover has been pretty much the symbol of all things that just cannot get.
I see. The intangible. The intangible.
The intangible. The unobtainable.
That's right. The unobtainable. You're right. I'll be on the lookout for you, though, Eric, now that I know.
Well, I don't care now. I mean,
okay. Well, that's right. Well, that's fine. Moving on. What can I say to that? There's nothing I can say to that. I will say this, and I don't know if you've seen or heard this. We're going to steer away now from the Black Friday news and go with this. This is a story that I forgot to mention in our show notes. But did you realize that there was a big move by Disney earlier in the week, which was very interesting, in order to, I guess, secure the profits of their toy lines and merchandising? Did you guys hear about this? Hasbro said to end talks with DreamWorks Animation, and that is supposedly due to intervention by the Walt Disney Company. Let me read this article for you. This comes to us from the Dealbook website. Hasbro has ended talks with DreamWorks Animation. People briefed on the matter said on Friday, ending discussions that would have united the parent company of the Transformers with the creators of Shrek. The breakup of negotiations followed a sharp slide in Hasbro's shares after reports of the talks emerged late Wednesday. The toy maker's shares had fallen nearly 5% since then, closing Friday at $54.02. The fall in Hasbro's share price was notable because the company had weighed paying both stock and cash, and people briefed on the matter was saying that a role was negative. Also playing a role was negative private reaction by the Walt Disney Company, which comprises of roughly 30% of Hasbro's business through licenses for Star Wars, Marvel, and Frozen Disney Princess line, which, according to CNN Money, by the way, if you didn't pay attention, late September, Disney made a move to remove all of its licensing from Mattel and move it all into Hasbro, which was a huge, huge deal.
Yeah.
So, it used to be that you could order limited edition merchandise and stuff through the Maddie store, the Mattel store, especially for D23 members. That will no longer be the case, as it is all done now by Hasbro. So apparently Disney was upset that Hasbro would discuss a merger between DreamWorks Animation, its primary cartoon competitor, only weeks after the toy maker was given a lucrative Princess contract, having it taken away from Mattel, as I've mentioned. One of the people said, as a toy partner, Hasbro receives early access to private information about Disney's pipeline, which is true. Many times during the New York Toy Fair, oftentimes Hasbro will leak information, characters, and concept art regarding its toy and figure line for Star Wars. They do it every single year, and it totally outrages Lucasfilm. Every year they do that. It does. If you want to know what the new characters, plot lines, and Marvel and Star Wars film releases will be, just go to the New York Toy Fair, because they're going to tell you all about it, and people are taking pictures and tweeting about it, and everybody will get spoiled. So I found it really, really interesting. It says a union of Hasbro and DreamWorks Animation was rooted in the belief that the two could create a fruitful partnership of content and production. The toy maker would have found new outlets for its stable of brands, including G.I. Joe, My Little Pony, and its chief executive, Brian Goldner, has a long shown interest in broadening it come out into a global entertainment powerhouse. And DreamWorks Animation, which spun off from a privately held DreamWorks Studios, would have secured new source for movies and series for both television and the internet, and a deal would have come at a time when some of the company's recent releases have failed to meet expectations through franchises like Shrek and Madagascar, where true blockbusters, more recent ones, have underperformed. So, interesting stuff to talk about, because Can you imagine with over 30%? And I've read other articles saying that Hasbro is making at least maybe up to 40 to 50% profit through the Disney licenses, most of it coming from Star Wars and Marvel. And of course, with the acquisition of the Princess line and Frozen, they are making money hand over fist. So can you imagine them?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, guys, can you imagine them actually turning their back and merging with DreamWorks Animation and dumping all of the profits to that? And can you imagine Mattel being right behind them saying, hey, by the way, we can help make all of your toys? Can you imagine what kind of hell that would cause with a license?
I think it would, yeah.
I mean, that's huge. Who doesn't buy some type of either board game, or plush or something that isn't made by Hasbro? You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what you would be. That's what you would call biting the hand that feeds you. And
right.
While I'm not usually a fan of the, oh, well, this deal fell through because of pressure from the evil empire that is the Disney Corporation. I can't disagree with that in this case. I mean, if I were Bob Iger and I had heard that this was about to happen, I'd be calling up Hasbro CEO and say, hey, look, this is how much money you got from us. It would be a shame if we took our business elsewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you imagine? I mean, this would have been maybe for the first time since the 70s that Star Wars figures weren't made by an entity that was Kenner related. Because, Hasbro ended up buying the Kenner name, am I right? Or the licensing and when Kenner folded or whatever. And the action figures were made very much in the same way, of course, with modern technology these days. But can you imagine having Mattel build them instead of Hasbro? I mean, it's hard for me to even think about that, I mean, this is the same company that made He-Man action figures.
Yep. Yeah.
That's strange, very strange. But here's an interesting note. Disney also distributes DreamWorks live-action films. It's an interesting and incestuous situation. So, interesting stuff. So at any rate, awesome news there. I feel very confident that Hasbro will continue to make quality products for the Walt Disney Company, and we'll be able to enjoy them for many more Christmases and holiday seasons to come. I just thought that was an interesting bit of news. Having said that, we're now into our rumors and speculation section and Disney discussion, and I believe that we have some information coming to us from Kristen and Jeff Davis. What kind of rumors, news, and speculation do we have coming your way?
Well, it's just speculation, like you said. But I'm seeing different posts and mentions of breakfast coming to the Be Our Guest restaurant in the Magic Kingdom in March of 2015. Early breakfast between, I guess, 8 in the morning, about 10:30 in the morning, somewhere around that time, and when they start serving lunch, I guess at 11. But and I had asked Kristen, and Kristen, what have you heard so far?
I have not been able to confirm that. There's been a couple of rumors I've seen on the internet lately that I have not found any confirmation of it. Often when I see it, it comes from one source, and then it's like everybody kind of repeated it from this one source that started the rumor.
Yeah.
So.
And you can't always count on that.
Well, that's like people
it's
are.
Not even
one
journalism.
of the rumors I saw not too long ago was that Luigi's Flying Tires was going to close. There is no confirmation of that. It's not listed on a refurbishment schedule or anything. So I don't know. It's hard to say, Does somebody know something, or is somebody just starting something to get people talking,
Well, you know what? I'll tell you this.
creating a rumor like that is a really good way to get some traffic to your website.
Hey, why don't we start a rumor?
If it's the truth, I can understand why, because we've all seen the lines before when it comes to lunch, just alone, quick service lunch at the Be Our Guest restaurant, and Disney's had to start this whole Fast Pass Plus system to try and get people in there without having to wait 45 minutes to an hour. So giving them yet another option to eat in this restaurant. Is it quick service restaurant type food, or is it sit down breakfast type? I mean, it's speculation, but if somebody started this rumor, they've started a good one. So, and it makes sense.
Well, you know, when you have other, you know, when people are wanting to spend money, clearly wanting to spend money, and not just have your typical, you know, Cinnabon and coffee, they want to actually sit down and spend 2 to 3 times as much. Why not open your gates to do so? Because you have very limited places to have a sit-down breakfast in the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
You know, you've got the ankle biters over there at the Crystal Palace.
Right.
You've got more kids having you know, or at least parents having difficulty booking princess dining at the castle, because those tend to fill up really, really quickly. What other alternatives do you have for sit-down breakfast at the Magic Kingdom, Kristen?
Crystal Palace and Cinderella, those are the only 2 I could think of.
Oh, there you go. Just mentioned it. So having this, and of course they want to capture as much money as they can, because you never know when a family is going to return to the Magic Kingdom. Therefore, you know, this to me could actually happen.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And what a cool place though to have it. You know, that place already, you know, it turns over for lunch and dinner. You might as well maximize that profit center and offer some good breakfast items there. I mean, would you guys be open to have breakfast there at the castle? Because I know I would.
Yeah.
Oh, breakfast at the castle? Yes.
Oh no, I'm sorry, not at the castle. I'm sorry, Be Our Guest. I'm sorry.
I would like there too. But
yeah, exactly. I mean, Kristen, what do the French eat for breakfast? I mean, what could you speculate on the type of food there for breakfast? What do you think?
Wow.
Can we rule out an escargot McMuffin?
A brioche. It'll be a brioche.
I'm pretty sure that would probably be out of the question.
Probably be like croissants, Nutellas.
Anytime I've had breakfast in another country, it has been buffet style. And there's always like meats and cheeses that we don't eat for breakfast in the U.S. You know, it's the good stuff you see in the deli, you know, sliced prosciutto and brie and things like that as part of their buffet.
I enjoy the bangers and mash.
Have.
That's what I like. I like bangers and mash.
You like it for breakfast.
No, I like bangers and mash. I think.
Well, I tell you,
it's a fantastic idea. So if it is just a rumor, and Disney sees it, that a light should go off in your head. I mean,
it could become a self-fulfilling prophecy. You know.
Yeah, literally.
Well, you heard it here first. We're talking about it, and we're giving freebies out to the Walt Disney Company. So if George Kalogridis wants to take any of those ideas and implement them into the parks, feel free to give us a lifetime membership with all access to any breakfast buffet at the parks. Thank you very much.
But I will tell you this. Here is what is no longer a rumor, and this is confirmed.
Okay.
Back on the 17th of November, Disney filed their permit for demolition of the Sorcerer's Hats at Disney's Hollywood Studios.
I will drink to that.
And we're looking at here within the next month or so, from what I understand, from the way I look at this paperwork that they filed. So
I'm not sad about it.
I'm not sad about it. You know, it's.
Do you think you could like do fast passes to work the wrecking ball? Because I would totally do that Fast Pass Plus.
I'd buy that for $1.
I
love
can just see me and Jeff up there at the construction site, just like with the bulldozers just plowing into it. And the foreman
as
would
long
come
as you're
up
not
and say,
sitting on the.
it's like,
As long as
"Excuse
you're
me,
not.
sir, do you work here?" "Oh, no, we're just happy to see it go. We're just volunteering."
We're just here to help.
I was gonna say, as long as you're not sitting on the wrecking ball naked singing "Wrecking Ball" by Miley Cyrus, I think we're gonna be in good shape.
No,
Dude, if it would bring that hat down faster, I just might consider it.
no.
Oh,
I didn't say I'd do it. I
God.
said I'd consider it.
Okay.
Jeez.
That's good stuff. Well, that's good. I'm not tied to that hat in any way, but I will tell you this. I was going to post this message on Instagram several weeks ago, but they knew for a very long time that they were going to be getting rid of the hat because I took a picture of the merchandise when Kristen and I were visiting the park several months ago, I think in September, at the kickoff of the International Food and Wine Festival. And, of course, what do they have there? Well, they had a bunch of merchandise, and a lot of their shirts did not have, and I don't know if you can see this, they had the water tower. They had the water tower as the icon instead of the hat. Now, here's the hat here, but you'll notice that the real big icon is the water tower.
Yeah.
You'll notice that in the other merchandise of T-shirts there, and I can zoom in, that the park icon, as you see here, for Disney's Hollywood Studios is the water tower.
Back what
Right.
it used
Is that
to
a
be.
T-shirt?
Back
That
what
is
it
a
used to
T-shirt.
be.
Yeah,
I love that T-shirt.
Yeah, the T-shirts are awesome.
That's
The new
really like for
merchandise.
food.
So we have another shirt design here, and I don't know if you can see. I apologize for the lighting being a little suspect, but you can see the very bottom, and I'll try to enlarge this so you can see. But they have, Mickey Mouse. They've got the tree. They've got the Hollywood Tower,
Right.
and of course, what do they have here?
The water
The
tower.
water tower. Do you see a hat? I don't see a hat.
Back to the good old MGM days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
back to the
No,
good old
the past
MGM.
couple of years, the Disney four-part guide has not had the hat on it. It's had the Tower of Terror instead.
Ah, you see, there you go. Now take a look at this. The Welcome to Walt Disney World park icons for the WALT. You can see here we have Monorail Red. You can see the Magic Kingdom and
Right.
Cinderella's Castle. And what do we see here? Water Tower.
Water tower.
What's conspicuously missing? The hat.
That.
So for many, 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 many months before anyone caught wind of them removing that, they had all the merchandise, Yellow Shoes or Disney Design Group, done without any reference to the magical hat. And I'll put this on my Instagram. You can follow me at Jedi Mouseketeer. But I think it's just really cool to note that they've been thinking about this for a very long time.
Yeah.
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 Now,
Kristen saw the writing on the wall with those park maps.
Now, I don't. Contrary to the comments that I make about the hat, I don't necessarily hate the hat like I do whoever canceled off Kilter or Maelstrom.
Oh, jeez.
But
here it comes.
but
Let it go.
back
Man.
there you go. Back in 1992, it was my first trip to what was then Disney MGM Studios, and to date it's still been my only solo park trip to any Disney park. It was when I tried out for the Jeopardy College Championship. Walking through the gates and looking up Hollywood Boulevard, I mean, it was just as much an immersive experience as walking up Main Street, USA. This was the Hollywood that everybody knew existed but never really did. And so everything fit into that theme. It was all Hollywood, and right at the end of the boulevard was the Chinese theater. And that is still one of the classic icons of Hollywood. And then, of course, they had the falling out with the owners of the Chinese theater, so they go, oh, well, let's cover it up. Let's not try to make anything look like Hollywood, not try to tie into the movies. Let's just put a big old cartoon hat in front of it. It didn't match the area. It didn't fit in. It wasn't part. And I am just excited that now people get a chance, will have a chance to see Hollywood Boulevard as I've always had it in my memory. And yes, I'm happy about that.
I hope that's the case, Eric. I hope they don't decide to block it. I don't know if relations with the family that owns the Chinese theater and the licensing for that have loosened up to a point where they can show it in any of the pictures or any of the photo pass or whatever, you know? So I hope that's the case, because you're right. The one thing that I will say that Disneyland Resort has better is that when you go up to Carthay Circle, it looks like that old school Hollywood that I wish that our Hollywood studios had.
Yeah.
Because of, it looks so much more authentic. And Kristen, you know this from firsthand experience being there at Disneyland, there at DCA. Now, when you walk through, it looks like Hollywood studios should be. That's the way. That's the way it should look, right?
Yeah, it does.
So. Yeah.
You know, I was when you brought up those shirts that you showed us pictures of, I was interested in what Disney's really doing, and so I went and checked out the Disney Parks merchandise that you can get over at DisneyStore.com. I specifically saw a Letterman jacket that Disney is selling. The one you can get for Disneyland, one you can get for Walt Disney World. And take a look at this. Again, water tower right there in that spot. You've got the Magic Kingdom. You've got Epcot Center. You've got Disney's Hollywood Studios. Again, you've got the water tower once again. So
awesome.
They're fully prepared to roll out new merchandise without the logo of the hat. And I think that is going to be...
So think, all of the stuff that has the hat is now a collectible piece of merch.
It really is. It really is.
It's the end of an era.
Like my little glass here.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yep. That's true.
Get the
pick
wrecking
up all
ball
that
ready.
merch. It's true. Now I have to ask you guys. Now that the park is reverting back to the old school water tower, does it bring any memory of the Warner Brothers studio to mind at all? Because the first thing I think about when I think of the old school Hollywood water tower is actually the Warner Brothers studio. Does anyone feel that way other than me?
I think of Animaniacs.
Exactly, right? That's what you think of.
Animaniacs, yeah.
Yes.
When you think about the water tower, the first thing that comes to my mind is Warner Brothers. I'm sorry. That's like the first thing that I think of, and I think it's just kind of odd that maybe in this transitionary period that they don't change it to maybe something else because of Warner Brothers and its association with the water tower. So what do you guys think about that? What else could it be other than the water tower?
Well, if you can't use the Chinese theater as a park icon, and they do have to put something up in front of it to basically replacing where the hat is now.
Yeah.
Then at least make it an icon that fits in with the area. And I'm sure you could, although I don't know exactly what it would be, because most of the Hollywood icons, they're real icons and they are owned by people. Unless you want to put like the El Capitan, which is owned by Disney. So yeah, you could transition to another symbol of the park, but the question is, what would you do?
Yeah. When I think of
that's pretty good.
Hollywood studios.
Yeah.
Yeah. Think about the Hollywood Tower, perhaps. That would be another icon. Which, by the way, is actually
you can see
It's
that
true.
from everywhere else. You know, if you're on Expedition Everest and you look off to the side, you see Spaceship Earth, you see Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
So that makes sense to
Well,
me.
here's a funny thing about that is, you know, that Twilight Zone Tower of Terror is actually done in conjunction with, is it CBS? Is that
Yeah,
who
I
owns the
think
license?
Yes,
Yes,
it is.
yes,
CBS, yes.
yeah.
So that would be another interesting kind of maybe rights issue, because, you know, how heavily can they promote it when the licensing for the Twilight Zone is actually owned by a competing network? You know, it's so bizarre to me.
But
You know, it's almost like you. What's that?
But it's a building. You know, it's not like you have. It's not like it says Twilight Zone on it.
Mm-hmm. Just an interesting discussion for sure. I do hope, though, that we can see the Chinese theater back in the background, because it is iconic and it does fit in with the entire, as Eric said, the theming of the entire area, because that's what it's all about, trying to immerse yourself in that feeling. So, interesting story, Jeff. I like it. Bring down the hat. The hat must come down. I'm not going to sound like David Hasselhoff, am I? I need to...
I think it's a little too late for that, dude.
Yeah.
I was gonna say David Hasselhoff. It could be standing out there right by the wrecking ball and the hat, saying, "Bring down that hat."
So long as it's not David Hasselhoff dressed as Nick Fury, I'm okay.
Oh wow!
Ooh, golly. I don't like the sound of that. Yeah.
It very well could be, pal. Let me call up Kit here. The Night Industries 2000. Here we go. Well, that pretty much wraps things up for the show. I don't have any other news bits or anything else. What's that?
No, it doesn't. I had two stories. We're going to have to wait to do the one, but I at least wanted to mention that the story that was just announced today. Or was
Oh,
it
of course.
yesterday?
It was yesterday. Kristen, go ahead.
Yeah, about the car accident from the family that was traveling from.
Of course, now Kristen's.
Oh no.
No, wait. I got to read a mail. Oh.
And just like that, what?
Whoa!
That was weird.
We're losing our cast left and right here on After Dark.
Why, you lose me too?
I don't know. I've got you back, but now I think Kristen's gone.
What?
Can you guys hear
Okay,
Kristen?
there she is.
I can't hear you, Kristen.
Oh,
Go ahead.
there we go.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me now? What's the last thing you heard?
We didn't hear anything. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You said, I got to read this story.
Oh, okay. A family was traveling from Texas to Disney for their quote dream vacation, and their 16-year-old son fell asleep behind the wheel of the car. It says that he veered left into the median and then tried to get back onto the highway, overcorrected, and caused their Chevy Tahoe to roll. And when it did, 5 of the family members were killed. It says not one of the 5 had on a seatbelt. They were all riding,
Oh, jeez.
not wearing it. It was the mom and the father both died, as well as their 15-year-old son, 7-year-old son, and 4-year-old daughter.
Oh, gee whiz.
The 3 that were wearing the seatbelt, which included the driver, all of them were had minor to, I guess, pretty much minor injuries. Only one of them was still in the hospital as of earlier today. Says I think it was the 12-year-old they said was still in the hospital.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
But they said not one of the ones who died were wearing their seatbelts, which just proves if you are driving, first of all, if you get tired, pull over pull over.
Yeah.
Secondly, wear your seatbelt. It does save lives. Look, of 8 people, the 3 that wore their seatbelts are the 3 that are still alive.
Mm-hmm.
So that shows that seatbelts save lives. And the other thing that I'm curious about, in the state of Tennessee, the 7-year-old and the 4-year-old should have been in child seats of sorts, which meant they should not have been unbuckled to begin with.
Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure if Texas doesn't have that law, that they're required to be in special seating. I mean, Spidey's 8 and still has to sit in that. You know, I mean, there's height and weight restrictions and things like that I'm surprised that the 2 young ones were not in special seating that would have kept both of them alive.
So it's a very hard story.
Yeah,
yes, go ahead.
There's also, I don't want to make sound like I'm trying to blame this on him, but really, 16 years old, I'm sure they felt he was a good driver. At 16, you're still not experienced enough to handle, emergency situations. And you say, if you're feeling sleepy, pull over. Yes, but he may not have realized that he was feeling so bad.
Tired.
So tired. This happened about 11 o'clock p.m., it looks like. Yeah. And so I guarantee you he was probably the only one awake in the car. Yeah. Now, we would drive overnight to get to the parks. There's less traffic. The kids they sleep, so the trip is better for them. But yes, there is a risk with it, and if it were me and my son was 16, I still would say, son, I'm going to let you drive during the daytime. I'll take it for me and your mom will take it for the night, and we'll just you could drive in the day. And did I see this right? The 60-year-old, he's being charged.
Oh, I didn't see that.
No, I haven't read that. As far as I know, they were still investigating it, but they do not believe that it was anything other than him falling asleep behind the wheel.
Okay, no, I'm seeing on the AP News story. The teen who had a driver's license was charged with reckless operation of a vehicle following the crash.
Wow, so that's new information.
Okay, that's wrong. Okay,
I agree. I don't agree with that.
If he's drunk, yes, charge him. If he's texting while driving, yes, charge him. No, I'm just saying those are situations where you can actually where in my mind it's justifiable to charge.
Yeah, I don't think it's justifiable. His parents made the call to have him drive that car. So how are you going to charge him when his parents were with him? His parents made that call.
This is not a criminal act.
I often drive at night, but I don't. If I'm tired, I will stop. I will sleep at a rest stop. I have always worn a seatbelt, and the reason being, when I was 17 years old, I had a friend who, this was up in Akron, Ohio, she and other friends decided not to wear their seatbelts. It snows in Ohio in the winter. It had snowed. They had an icy spot, and she went through the windshield and was beheaded. The other people in her car who didn't have seatbelts, they all died as well. So, seatbelts.
I'm sorry, seatbelts are very important, and I'm sorry we have to cut this discussion short, but we do appreciate everyone tuning in. I'm sure if you want to chime in on this tragedy, we encourage you to do so, as well as other Disney news, through social media. Reach out to us at WDW After Dark. We're going to have all of our links to our Twitters, as well as our page information and download information on our show and webcast on iTunes and Stitcher at wdwafterdark.com. In the meantime, on behalf of the rest of the Talking Heads here, I'm Al John, of course. Joining us today, we have Mr. Eric Allen, Kristen Hetzel, and, of course, Jeff Davis, Jesney Davis. And we want to thank you for tuning into our show each and every single week. We're going to stop doing the live broadcast, but still continue to do the podcast and web versions of the YouTube show for you all intermittently, through the holiday season. We're going to do that for the next few weeks. We just won't be bringing it to you live on Fridays. So thank you for supporting the show.
Story that was missed on the next episode.
Yes, absolutely. We'll do that. So thank you so much for tuning in. And everybody, have a great weekend. Be safe. Buckle up. And we'll see you guys in the future. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Peace.
Crisis for the geek kind. Top geek officials admit they underestimated the hipsters' defense capability. Join the geek revolution and save the galaxy. Geeks from all over the globe are joining up to fight for the future. They're doing their part. Are you? Want to know more? Join Weeby Geeks and the Geek Revolution and save the world. Service guarantees citizenship. Listen to Weeby Geeks podcast on iTunes and Stitcher or online at WeebyGeeks.net. Weeby Geeks, your voice for the Geek Revolution. Want to know more?
The new sound of Sorcerer Radio. Version 3.0.
Sorcerer Radio presents the Sorcerer Radio app, version 3.0. We have the technology. Check out our brand new Sorcerer Radio app for all iDevices as well as Android devices. Better, stronger, faster. Streaming Disney music 24/7. App highlights include a new broadcast window that shows you what you're listening to and what's coming up next.
Hot dog.
Multitasking so you can listen to SR as well as perform other tasks on your iPhone. Gorge. Listener access to all of our daily shows. The new interface, a new buffered stream, auto reconnect when signal is lost, visual EQ, pause, rewind, and scrub features, and the new SR info area. Get your virtual Disney World fix today with the new Sorcerer Radio app version 3.0 from Sorcerer Radio.
Be careful with that. It's extremely dangerous.
srsounds.com.